Hello photography students! Hopefully you've actually managed to take some time for yourself over half term and make the best of what we can from the weather. It's been really good for your light shoots though, so I'm really excited to see what you guys have come up with. Because we're in week 3, I'll try and keep this quite short and sweet for you. So you can see, here's our little time plan. We've moved through the number of weeks, so you should be pretty much up to finishing your last shoot this week and making sure that everything's in your Google Doc. So with that in mind, in your Google Doc, make sure for each shoot that there's a title there for me, so it's really clear which one is which. Make sure that you've got some kind of contact sheet in there, so it could be screenshots of your camera roll or a screenshot of a folder where you've uploaded everything, just somewhere so I can see your results together. And then for each shoot, I want your 6 best edited images. So in the last video I talked about that in more detail, so if you're not sure you can play the last video back, but just make sure that your editing's really subtle. A lot of it should have been captured basically just within the photograph, looking at the quality of light and thinking about the angle that you've taken it. So editing shouldn't be destructive at all, so no noise, no added extra effects, just keeping it really simple so that the focal point's really clear and that quality of light really shines through. And then just at the end, put your 6 edits together, just so I can see how they work together as a set. Things get a bit more spread out in your Google Doc. So I've done a little example layout there, but I'm just going to quickly take you through my example document. So if you follow this link, it will actually take you through. And just in case you guys don't know, if you click this little menu icon at the side, we can actually jump to that project and it saves a lot of scrolling. So for your light project, what I'm looking for is that you've done your mind map. Now, whether that's digital or whether that's in your sketchbook, that's totally fine. If it's digital, just put the link just so I can actually read it, because it gets a bit small in here, doesn't it? And then I have one example, but you should have a research page for each type of light. So natural light, low light, artificial light. So I've decided for my shoot that I wanted to do blue hour, so that's my natural light one, and then there's my examples of all my sources that I looked at, what I found out about, and then here at the bottom were the kind of results that I was hoping to get. So something like that in my set, and then my links at the bottom as well, so that I can see where I've got that research from. Okay, so just one example there, but you guys will have 3 altogether. And then like I said in my PowerPoint, you're making it really clear which shoot is which. So I've put a title on this one to say that it's low light. I've got titles for my contact sheet there. And then I've got just 2 examples here, but you guys will have all 6. So I'll see a smaller original version and the edit that you've made so I can see any changes. And then a grid of them together. So you'll notice no annotation or anything at this stage, just getting those practical results in. And then the final task that you guys have to do is make sure that you send me your best photo from each set by this Friday. So this Friday at 4 p.m, email it to me. So we've had a lot of email contact now, you know which email address to use and everything. But one thing to point out is just make sure you explain which image is which, because there's a bit of crossover. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to Pinterest like we did last time. So if I jump on here, you guys will see there's our quarantine project gallery. So in exactly the same way, I'm going to have one for low light, one for artificial light, one for natural light. So you just tell me which gallery they belong to and I'll put them in the right one. And a bit like last time, we'll actually use those and look at each other's ideas to help with idea generation for themes and things like that. So we've had some gorgeous light. There's still time this week as well, so make sure you review your sets, make sure that you've got them as good as they can be, and then make sure you get all of your practical work into your document as well. As tutors, we mark an engagement report. So for me to say that you're fully engaged and that everything's up to date, you need to have everything from this section here on the checklist. So if you're not sure about anything at all, rewatch the videos, and if you're really stuck or if you've got any mitigating circumstances, make sure you email me. But I have looked through your documents and some of you guys have got some gorgeous photos so far, so I'm just really excited to see what you do. So make sure, really focus on that practical work, get those images into me by Friday, and then next week we'll move on to something new.